Beautiful. Where are you guys from?
Huh?
Where are you guys from? Toronto. Welcome. Me too. City tourists, the best. Look at that. Oh my God. With the economy the way it is, everybody's just like touristing in their own city. They look totally like tourists. They were dressed like tourists. You know, they were taking pictures of dumb stuff like tourists like me. This bike's amazing. I love these bikes. Definitely, this is the bike that a Suzuki. Huh? Definitely got to check these out. Can you ride these on a bike path? I don't know. Yeah, with the economy the way it is, people just go around their own city and pretend they're tourists, just like me. They got these patterns, woo, on the ground. Should we cross the street? I wonder what these are for. You know, you got this is tourist stuff. Man, tourists buy this stuff. You come in, you buy funky glasses, you buy cheap stuff. Very nice. Definitely feels like yeah, being on a tourist thing. It's a good street to film once in a while. I don't know what I have to say about it, but how's the lighting? Oh, we have the gyro place. That's a pretty cool shop for we got somebody TikToking there. Art guy. They're renovating here. Temperatures are 18 degrees Celsius, but feels a lot warmer. I don't know what's going on there. The whole place looks closed. Hopefully they don't tear that down. Quite a few closed spots here in the city. So let's go through this section. Let's go through this street. Baldwin, I believe, isn't it? I think it is. Better get off the road. Tattoo shop. Let's get the camera and point it to where we want to point. My bell. That's an old song from the 70s. Ring my bell. By I don't know who. I always wanted to check in this seafood place. See what kind of situation there is in there. Pretty good stuff. Tom's place. Is it closed? What's going on with Tom's place? Can't be closed, right? No, I think they only have one door open. The Tom's place entrance here. Sights and sounds of Toronto's Kensington Market. Yeah, this is a lot more happening here. Beautiful. I'm gonna go through this street eventually. But I'm gonna walk a little bit further. Everybody's taking pictures, tourists. I photobombed that. All the kind of knickknacks, touristy stuff. Hats, all that kind of stuff. Sights and sounds of Toronto's tourist area. Super tourist. House of Moses. Fruit and vegetables. Well, look at these art pieces. It's happening, man. This artsy place. We got some juicing going on back there. Murals. They got these things. Bob Marley. What are these? Like, oh, so you rent these and you ride them around yourself instead of somebody driving you quads. They used to have these in Central Island back in the 90s. And that was really popular. They only had 2 of them. They were popular. They're not very practical because it gets you tired. When you're riding them, you get tired really quickly because there are a lot of weight you have to pedal, and the pedals are not the gears are not efficient and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, you think you can go far, but before you know it, you're exhausted, and before you know it, you have to push it back, and yeah, it's kind of like not very practical. Wow, that parking lot is closed. No entry. And they are digging this out, seriously, serious construction. All right, let's go back on the slope. The dust and the asbestos, woo! That's a kind of a boring looking building. I don't know what it is. But most of these shops are closed here. Closed. Just like the rest of the Toronto. I notice a lot of shops that are just out of business, or they can't be doing very well because, you know, oh yeah, this parking lot is definitely, somebody left their lock here, definitely. When I get the camera close to the metal, it has a magnet, so it just jumps. Like this place is closed or not closed, or I don't know. Like it's kind of like. I like to attach the camera to the body because it's a lot easier on the arm. Being a lazy style. Look at this. Nice. Very nice. The lighting is really good. Which side of the street? This one is for lease. Let's go on this other side of the street. I think we get better lighting. I think. Oh, I think so. I think so. Global cheese. Oh. Like old school shops and, you know, for shopping. But it's unless you live right down here, it's too far to mess around here. You can see CN Tower all the way in the back. Vitamin store.
And that's it, guys. That's all for the Cowboys.
I like to go into some of these stores sometimes and film, shop something. But these dresses are under $20, 50% off of these jobs. All right. And that's a look back on that side of the street. Definitely a recommended place on a good summer's day for sightseeing and doing tourist activities, you know. Definitely. Cool alleyways and like some art stuff. If you can call it art. And a lot of closed shops and, you know, It's like a prime real estate here because, super shopping district. How much are these belts? $5 for these belts. Is that a good deal? Typical Toronto view like that. You get this blue skies in the summer before. Usually gets cloudy at the end of the day, doesn't it? Vintage clothing stores. And old houses, just like that. You're back into residential area. All right, Dundas Street would be all the way down there. Little patios. Fancy shops, fancy. Look at these buildings. They're really cool. I like the colors on these. You can put a patio right there. Look at these buildings are cool too. Yeah, that's good. I think this is how Yorkville used to look like in the 60s and 70s. That's how Yorkville used to look like. And eventually, this would look like Yorkville in the 80s and eventually look like Yorkville now. I reckon 20 years. They'll stop putting condos and they're gonna have a good time. Yeah, this is, from what I hear, I wasn't here. Cowboy boots. Cool boots. I'm sure you can find some real cool stuff here. Real cool stuff. From what I hear, Yorkville used to be like that in the 60s, the hippie era. This has that kind of vibe to it. And eventually it becomes trendy. And then you look back on this film when it's all condos here and you go, wow, it used to look so cool. What happened? Well, you turn everything down and you put silly condos everywhere. And that's what happened. I noticed one of the YouTubers, Ken Continuum. I like watching that guy's channel. It's pretty cool stuff. Walking, he does concentrates on walking all over Toronto and documenting every city, almost daily. I noticed he said that, did the condos, he had a YouTube question mark video, did the condos ruin Yonge Street? I was gonna comment without even watching the video. Of course they did. Like, what kind of a question is that, Ken? Of course they did. Of course they did. You put glassy condos everywhere and you get rid of these unique shops, like bars and stuff, like this kind of stuff, this kind of hair cutting places and little patios like that. Don't direct the place no matter what. Of course. Of course, Ken. The condos did ruin Yonge Street. Now you can't even, Yonge Street consists of empty condo storefront buildings or empty storefront buildings. That condo is going up pretty fast too. That's like started a couple of years ago. Anyway, thanks for coming along with this tour of Kensington Market with me. I'll catch you in the next film. Haircut girls. They're fading slowly, slowly. Which one's my favorite? I think I like the first haircut. It's kind of good, but I've done that before. Yeah, I think I like the first haircut. For photos, that's it. All right, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next film.